Before I say a single word about silver, I need you to do something for me. Close every other tab. Put your phone down for the next 10 minutes, and please watch this video all the way through. Not halfway, not on 2x speed, all the way through. Because what I'm about to show you is not a prediction. It's not a hot take. It's not another video about whether silver goes to 50 or crashes to 20. This is something different. This is the scenario that the loudest voices in the silver space are completely ignoring. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you which scenario is actually the most likely to play out. Not based on what gets clicks, but based on what the data is quietly telling us right now. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand silver in a way that most retail investors never will. So stay with me, because this is one of the most important conversations we've had on this channel. Here's what's been bothering me for the last few weeks. Every single day, I watch the silver space online. The headlines, the YouTube channels, the forums, the Twitter threads, and there's a pattern I cannot ignore anymore. Everyone is preparing for the same two scenarios. Either silver explodes to $100 and the financial system collapses, or silver dumps back to $22 and the bull case is dead. That's it. That's the entire conversation. Two camps, two extremes, and both of them, if I'm being honest, are missing the point almost entirely. Because there is a third scenario, one that doesn't get views, one that doesn't generate excitement, one that doesn't sell newsletters or premium memberships, and that is exactly why nobody is talking about it. And it is the scenario you absolutely need to be prepared for. Let me start by showing you what everyone else is watching, and then I'll show you what they're not. The scenario. Everyone is betting on the explosive breakout. This is the dominant narrative right now. Silver breaks above $35. Industrial demand from solar panels, EVs, and AI infrastructure creates a supply squeeze. Paper shorts get crushed. Price discovery finally happens. Silver goes to $50, $75, maybe $100. And look, there are real legitimate reasons to believe parts of this story. The industrial demand numbers are not fiction. Silver demand from the solar industry alone hit record highs last year. The supply deficit is real. The COMEX short positioning from major institutions is real. These are facts. But here's what nobody is asking. If this breakout is so obvious, if every silver channel on YouTube has been screaming about it for 3 years, if retail investors have been loading up on physical silver waiting for this moment, then why hasn't it happened yet? Who exactly is on the other side of all these trades, and why are they still winning? That question alone should make you pause. The scenario bears are betting on the capitulation dump. On the other side, you have the skeptics. Dollar strengthens. Fed holds rates higher for longer. Risk-off environment sends commodities lower. Silver breaks support and retraces hard. This scenario has its own logic too. Silver has faked out retail investors before. The 2011 collapse from $50 back to under $15 wiped out an entire generation of silver bulls. The memory of that is still in the market. So both camps have their arguments. Both camps have their charts. Both camps are confidently wrong about the same thing. They're both assuming this market will move the way it has before. And here's where I need to slow down, because this is the part that matters. The scenario. Nobody is preparing for. What if silver doesn't crash? And what if silver doesn't explode? What if it does something far more psychologically brutal than either of those outcomes? What if silver grinds sideways between $28 and $38 for the next 18 to 24 months? Enough volatility to shake out weak hands on both sides. Enough news flow to keep the narrative alive, but no decisive move in either direction. A slow, grinding, confidence-destroying range. This is the scenario that historically does the most damage to retail investors. Not because they lose money immediately, but because they make a decision, they get bored, they get frustrated, they start to doubt themselves. And somewhere in month 14 of going nowhere, they sell. And that is precisely when the real move begins. Without them. It means the single most dangerous thing you can do right now is watch silver break 35 and buy with both hands. That is exactly the behavior the structure of this market is designed to extract from you. And it means the most powerful position you can be in right now is one of patient staged accumulation, building your position slowly, keeping dry powder specifically for the false collapse, and having a written plan before the emotional moment arrives. Because when silver drops 18% and every comment section is full of panic, you need to already know what you're going to do. You cannot make that decision in real time. You will get it wrong every single time. This isn't speculation pulled from thin air. Look at the current COMEX positioning data. Commercial traders, the institutions who are almost always net short silver, have been slowly reducing their short exposure over the last 3 months. That is not what you do when you're confident a price is going to fall. That is what you do when you're managing risk ahead of a move you can see coming. Look at the Silver Institute's 2024 demand report. Industrial offtake is running at levels not seen since the early 2000s commodity supercycle. The supply deficit is in its fourth consecutive year. And look at the options market. The put-to-call ratio on silver futures has been showing unusual activity at specific strike prices. Activity that historically precedes exactly the kind of sharp, short-lived sell-off I'm describing. The data isn't screaming breakout, and it isn't screaming collapse. It's whispering something more precise, and you now know what that whisper sounds like. I want to be honest with you about something. This video is not going to go viral. A video about patience, staged accumulation, and avoiding emotional decisions doesn't get shared the way crash videos do. It doesn't generate the same engagement as a silver exploding to 100 thumbnail. But that's fine, because this channel was never built for the people looking for excitement. It was built for the people looking for an edge, and right now, your edge is this. While everyone else is positioned for the extreme scenario, either the moonshot or the collapse, you are now the person in the room who understands the most likely middle path, the one with the most real-world probability, the one that requires the most discipline, and the one that, if you navigate it correctly, puts you in the strongest possible position when the real move finally comes. That is not a small thing. Now I need to ask something of you, and I want to explain exactly why each of these things matters. First, like this video, not because I'm chasing metrics, but because every like tells the algorithm that nuanced, data-based content deserves to reach more people. We're actively fighting against a recommendation system that rewards fear and hyperbole. Every signal helps. Second, leave a comment. Tell me, are you positioned in silver right now? Are you in the waiting for the breakout camp? Are you in the this is a trap camp? Or are you building a patient, staged position? I read these, my team reads these, and your comment helps shape what I cover next. Third, share this video with one person you know who's in the silver space. Not to grow the channel, but because the person you are thinking of right now is probably positioned for one of the two wrong scenarios, and they deserve to hear this before the false breakout happens. The information in this video only has value if it reaches people before the moment it becomes relevant. Once silver is moving and emotions are running high, it's too late to think clearly. That moment is coming, and the window to prepare for it is right now. Before I end this video, I want to say something directly. The silver space online is full of noise right now. Channels built on fear, channels built on hype, channels that need you to be anxious so you keep coming back. That has never been what this channel is about. We don't win if you make a bad trade, chasing a headline we created. We don't benefit from your confusion. The only version of this channel that matters is the one where you walk away with a clearer mind than when you arrived. And so whatever happens next in silver, whether it grinds sideways for 2 years, whether the false breakout comes in the next 60 days, whether the real move begins sooner than any of us expect, the principle doesn't change. Prepare before the moment, not during it, not after. The people who build wealth from silver are not the loudest voices in the room. They're the quietest. They've already decided what they'll do at every price level before it arrives. They don't need to panic. They don't need to chase. They just execute a plan they made when they were thinking clearly. That's what this video was for. Now go make that plan. Invest with logic, not hype.